Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. And today / last night, eBay is fighting against Facebook because if you don't know, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission in the United States, is suing Facebook, otherwise known as Meta now, for being a monopoly, as in they own too much by purchasing Instagram and WhatsApp. They are being accused of basically monopolizing the messaging services and the online social media world and also e-commerce platforms. And Meta has subpoenaed eBay's records along with other places, trying to prove that they are not a monopoly and that there is plenty of competition among all these other places. So even Facebook themselves is admitting that they are not really a full-on out social media or a full-on out e-commerce. They're kind of like a mix of a bunch of different things, photo sharing, social media, e-commerce, but they don't really specialize in any one thing. And this goes back to my point in a video that I did really well that did amazing amounts of views, which I'll link below, is not to sell on Facebook Marketplace. Now, I know a lot of people in the comments are going to say, but I sell so much on Facebook. I do amazingly well. And I know there's a bunch of you that do. But there's also a bunch of you that commented on my last video saying how well you did on Facebook Marketplace, only to be kicked off a week later, or a month later, or a year later, only to have your listings removed for no particular reason. Tommy Hilfiger polo shirts that are trademarked against sexuality policies or whatever. Like literally these things happen and no rhyme or reason, no customer service from Facebook Marketplace. And I just wanted to post this video because I thought it was interesting that Facebook themselves is fighting the FTC. Now, I know it's in a way for them to kind of protect themselves, even if they really think they're a full-on e-commerce site or the full-on social media monopoly. They're not going to openly admit to it. I mean, that's obvious. But Facebook is not an e-commerce platform. They are not eBay. They're not Amazon. It is not what they do. They specialize in social media, in photo, video sharing, in connecting, in messaging through the Messenger app or through WhatsApp or whatever it is. That's what Facebook does. Facebook is not built for e-commerce. They have a huge audience, so they decided to take advantage of that and offer the audience a way to sell stuff. And it works for the most part, but they just have so many problems and a lack of customer service. And that's really the truth of them saying, hey, we're not really an e-commerce platform. They're really not. The government's right that they're a monopoly in the social media world to a point, even though there's still Twitter and TikTok, etc. But in the world of e-commerce, that's not Facebook's strong point. And I just thought that this was an interesting story and an interesting video that I could pop up for you guys. Let's go over and take a look at it. And then you can tell me what you think about Facebook Marketplace, FBMP, as a social media e-commerce world and how they do and what's happened. And if you read the comments after you watch this video, you'll see just how many people have had massive issues with Facebook Marketplace. We know people have issues with eBay and Amazon, but nothing compared to Facebook, and nothing in the small amount of time that Facebook Marketplace has really been a thing where you could ship items and do business like you do on other platforms, which has really just been the last couple of years. Let's go over and check this story out. And then if you've had issues with Facebook Marketplace, please feel free to comment it down below and let others know just how bad their lack of customer service or lack thereof actually is. Okay, here's the story from Reuters yesterday, March 14th, by Mike Scarcella. eBay is slamming Meta over the subpoenas in their FTC monopoly case. So e-commerce platform eBay on Monday asked a U.S. judge to block a bid by Meta Platforms, which owns Facebook, for testimony from an eBay corporate official as the social media giant seeks rivals information to counter a Federal Trade Commission antitrust lawsuit. eBay's lawyers from Quinn Emanuel, Urquhart and Sullivan said in a filing in San Francisco federal court that Meta is demanding confidential business information about eBay's privacy policies, data retention, and other topics that are not relevant to the FTC's monopoly claim. The subpoena fight is the latest flashpoint in Meta's campaign to squeeze information from other tech and social media companies in advance of a possible trial next year against the FTC. Meta has faced some resistance from other companies that said its demands for information were too broad or invasive, including Sequoia Capital. So if we scroll down here real quick, Meta's discovery gluttony confirms its request of eBay is not worthy of the burden Meta seeks to impose. eBay lawyers told the California court. The breadth of the subpoena, they said, is alarming. So basically, what they're saying is that Facebook is asking for information about eBay that is not relevant and is way too broad. Meta spokesperson said in a statement that the company is seeking information from companies in which we compete or which we believe have information relating to the FTC claims. The FTC sued Meta in federal court in 2020, accusing the company of abusing its power in the personal social networking services market. The lawsuit seeks to force Meta to sell the photo sharing app Instagram and messaging platform WhatsApp. Meta has denied the FTC's allegations. Among other defense, it disputes that FTC's asserted personal social networking service market. eBay's Quinn Emanuel attorneys derided Meta as a litigant that has completely disregarded the bounds of reason and proportionality in seeking information from third parties. So lawyers from eBay contend that the company doesn't compete with Meta on social networking, but does face off over Facebook Marketplace e-commerce services. eBay said it already disclosed nearly 2,500 pages of internal records to Meta, but the company said it should not be forced to divulge further confidential information to a competitor. The case is Federal Trade Commission versus Meta Platforms Incorporated in the U.S. District Court of Northern District of California, 323 MC 874. There's the attorneys for everybody hearing it. So eBay admitting that they are a competitor with Facebook Marketplace in the e-commerce world. Facebook saying they're not competitors, that they are not basically a professional and expert in any one side of anything. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out against Facebook and whether it could really harm Facebook Marketplace in the future. What do you guys think of Facebook Marketplace in general as a platform? Have you had issues? Please let me know in the comment section. And what do you think about it going forward, especially considering by the end of this year or next year, they could be in a court case against the federal government trying to break up parts of Meta Facebook and get rid of Instagram and WhatsApp from their portfolios and possibly hurt their e-commerce. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. With that said, I'll leave it to you guys. As always, in the comment section, appreciate you watching. Hitting that like button, smash the like button. It helps that YouTube algorithm for me. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. And until those future videos, I'll see you guys next time.